Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Della Puspita Sari from Group 4. I will explain the material sentence. So, what is sentence? Sentence is grammatical unit consisting of one or more words that bear minimal syntactic relation to the word that precede or follow it. Sentence can be classified based on the categories of pragmatic aspect from grammatical structure. Based on the pragmatic aspect or realistic condition of the use, sentence can be classified into 1. Declarative sentence, 2. Imperative sentence, 3. Interrogative sentence, and the last, exclamatory sentence. Declarative sentence is a sentence into the form of a statement. Example, I hope to go to work. I'll never do that. We are studying linguistics. Imperative sentence. Imperative sentence is a sentence that tells someone to do something or give advice or instruction. Example, go to work. Don't do that. Don't walk on the grass. Integrative sentence. Integrative sentence is sentence in the form of question, which is used to request information. Example, yes or no question. Do you have go to work? Did you do that? WH question. What are you doing? What did you do that? Exclamatory sentence. Exclamatory sentence is a sentence that expresses strong feeling by making an exclamation. Example, I did it. What a fool I was. What a beautiful country. Based on the form or complete of the structure, sentence can be classified into major sentence or minor sentence. Major sentence is a regular sentence which contains or finite verb. It has a subject and a predicate. Example, I have a book. In this sentence, one can change the person. Example, we have a book. She has a book. You have a book. Minor sentence. Minor sentence is an irregular type of sentence. It does not contain a finite verb and frequently found in colloquial.
We have listened presentation from my partner, Della Puspita Sari. So, I am Sariani. We'll continue the next material. The material is based on the grammatical structure, the composition and relation between those. Sentence can be classified into A. Simple sentence, B. Compound sentence, C. Complex sentence, D. Compound complex sentence. A. Simple sentence. A simple sentence is a sentence which consists of one independent clause, main idea, with no dependent clause, subordinate clause. Example, I come. The boy cried. Canada is a right country. The girl ran into her bedroom. Some students like to study in the morning. Compound sentence. A compound sentence is a sentence consists of two or more independent clauses, main clause, with no dependent clause, subordinate clause, usually linked by the coordinating conjunction and but so or either or neither nor or then. Example, she works in the city but she lives in the suburbs. She works in the city, independent clause, but subordinating conjunction. She lives in the subword, independent clause, main clause. Other example, one my friend invite me to a birthday party, but I don't want to go. Two, he ran out and ran over the suitcase. Three, either the student or the teacher takes a day off every month. 4. He could neither eat nor sleep. 5. Do you want to stay here or would you like to come with me? 6. She has 5 children, so incredibly busy. 7. She ate breakfast, then went to school. Complex sentence. A complex sentence is a sentence consisting of one independent clause, main clause, and at least one dependent clause, subordinate clause, and often formed by putting the subordinating conjunction, such as if, before, after, because, although, while, when, whenever, during, as soon as long as, since, until, unless, where, wherever, each. Example: John cannot set up his computer because the setting is complicated. John cannot set up his computer, independent clause, because subordinating conjunction. The setting is complicated, independent clause. D. Compound complex sentence. A compound complex sentence is a sentence consisting of two or more independent clauses, main clause, and at least one dependent subordinate clause. Example: although she worked hard to gain recognition, many people did not know who she was, and her friends did not even appreciate her work. Although she worked hard to gain recognition, many people did not know who she was, and her friends did not even appreciate her work. Although subordinating conjunction. She worked hard to gain recognition, dependent clause. Many people did not know who she was, independent clause, and coordinating conjunction. Her friends did not even appreciate her work, independent clause. Summary of sentence patterns based on the grammatical structure. Type of sentence: independent clause, dependent clause. Simple sentence: satu independent clause, tidak ada dependent clause. Compound sentence: dua atau lebih dari dua independent clause, dependent clause tidak ada. Complex sentence: satu independent clause, at least one dependent clause. Compound complex sentence: two or lebih two independent clause, dependent clause at least one.
Grammatical realizations, syntactic functions. So far, we have looked at the types of sentence based on the usage, form, and structures. Now we'll focus on the internal structure of sentence involving the grammatical realizations or the syntactic functions. Commonly, the basic pattern of the simple English sentence is like on the pattern, where the only predicate P is essential and in which the adjunct A is mobile. We want to note some of the definition of a subject, predicate, object, adjunct, and complement. The following example will show how the previous pattern work. For example, like the man called the boy suddenly. We call the noun part a subject or S, the verb part a predicate or P, the other nouns a part and object or O, and the adverb part an adjunct or A. As mentioned before, that an adjunct or A is usually mobile. See the following example like this. The man called the boy suddenly. The man suddenly called the boy. Suddenly, the man called the boy. Examples of complement. She is beautiful. She becomes a doctor. He was in the bus. Your perfume smells very good. Before the show, she seemed nervous. A word of a group of words that involve linking verbs such as appear, become, be, seem, grow, look, taste, smell, sound, feel, etc. to complete the predicate in a sentence is called a complement or C. Thus, the word beautiful, a doctor, in the bus, very good, and nervous in the sentence above are the complements. There are two kinds of complement. The first is subject complement and the second is object complement. A subject complement is the complement that provides information on the subject, just like in the previous examples, such as he was in the bus. In the bus provide the information about the subject, he. Second is object complement. It's the complement that provide. The second is object complement. It's the complement that provide information on the object. For example, the man called his brother a fool. A fool provides the information about the object, his brother. The other examples like Susan found the assessment difficult. Difficult provide the information about the object assignment. Also, we have the example of the complete basic pattern of simple English sentence. Like John often called his brother a fool. There was subject, adjunct, predicate, object, and complement. That was a complex sentence. Here you can see the word order typology of English. We can see the pattern like the predicate, for example, like go, a word with predicate and adjunct like go quietly, subject and predicate like John sleep. And there was another example of this typology of English. Dealing with the sentence pattern, there are four kinds of operations that can be used to examine a sentence variation without changing the semantic aspect. The first is instruction or addition, deletions, substitutions, transpositions, or permutation. First, we will talking about the insertion or additions. Insertion is the process of putting the one or more constituents inside a sentence. For example, like the boy is clever. The handsome boy is very clever. So there was two insertions. The first is handsome and the second is very. The second is deletions. Deletions is the process of removing one or more constituents of a sentence. For example, like the handsome boy is very clever. So there was we take the deletions on that sentence, so the sentence can changing to the boy is clever. The third is substitutions. The substitutions is the process of substituting both subject or object into the pronouns or verb phrase into auxiliary verbs. For example, like the young man visit her mother. We change the young man into pronoun, that is, we change to he. So the sentence will be changed to he visit her. 4. We have the transpositions or permutations. The term partition or permutation is the process of the changing the position or the order of constituents in a sentence without changing the grammatical and semantic aspects. For example, like, the man called the boy suddenly. The man suddenly called the boy. Suddenly, the man called the boy. Last, we have the grammatical versus ungrammatical sentence. In English, in every language, every sentence is a sequence of words, but not every sequence of words is a sentence. Sequence of words that come from the rules of syntax are said to be grammatical, and those that violate the syntactic rules are called ungrammatical. In other words, utterance or sentence which are constructed appropriately based on the grammatical rules are normally called grammatical sentence, while utterance which are not constructed based on the grammatical rules are called ungrammatical sentence. In linguistics, an ungrammatical sentence is normally marked with an asterisk, sometimes two in front of it. For example, like, the boy kissed the girl. That is a grammatical sentence. The boy kissing the girl. That is ungrammatical sentence. Alright guys, I think that is all material from our group. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.